Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert's Cameron. Albert, baseball. Here it is, buddy. I'm looking around. I'm watching the games on TV. They're over in 2.5 hours. I wouldn't want to be a high school athletic director, but they are playing.
Yep, and they're also playing softball in Canfield. They took down champion pitchers duel.
Absolutely.
2-0, 14 strikeouts by Milena Toth. Congratulations, Milena. Marina Koenig had the key hit, 1 for 3 with a triple. And also in the local area, Fitch topped Holland 1-0. McKenna Hogan didn't know that she'd be one of the heroes, drove in the only run of the game, George, in the 6th inning. And we talked about Sydney Watts last year over and over, and I guess her arm's not tired yet.
No.
She only struck out 19.
I want to know this 2 hit the ball. You know, what's wrong with her?
I know. Two-hitter.
We talk about it. We like baseball, track, softball. It's their time if we could get some cooperation. We're supposed to this week. I was watching the other day, reading online. They had a track meet down in Altoona, and they got the morning part in and a little bit of wind and then some lightning, and then they said, we're done here.
But the weather is tough, George.
No,
it is.
You coached track before.
College and high school.
Well, at least some of them have turf.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of them are having it now,
Yeah.
more than ever.
Yeah.
But when it's pouring rain, and how about the winds we've had?
No, I can't. No.
Think about pitching in that wind.
I tried to open the door the other day, and it was coming the other way. I'm like, well, I'll just stay in here anyway.
Yeah,
No.
I was thinking about track. I was a coach track. I coached track. And you get on that back stretch, wind's blowing in your face.
Yeah, they had a bad
accident.
accident.
You're running 5 miles.
One time at my high school, they had a bad accident.
With a javelin
pole
or
vault.
Pole vault.
They moved it since.
Yes.
But that didn't help this guy.
Right.
It was pole
Blow you
vault.
right
He was a little
down.
too close to the fence and blew him into the fence.
Yes.
But no, you're right. We're at that time of year now. We got 2 good months. Hopefully, when they get some, once again, the Masters.
It's coming for you, George.
That's my harbinger of spring. Not the calendar, not the birds. It's the Masters. So it's this weekend. And like I know we have 2 70-degree days, so maybe these guys can get some baseball, softball in. And, you know, track, you can do it in any weather, but we want to get some warm weather times.
I talked to somebody last night, and they were talking about a doubleheader they played yesterday. And I said, why on a doubleheader on Sunday? He said, because the weather was so bad.
On Saturday.
It's the only day we could play.
Well, the President's Conference, they saw the forecast and didn't play Saturday. They played
And that's
2
what
on
that was the conference, by the way.
That's what it was.
That was the conference.
Absolutely.
Also, at this time, the King is still there. YSU practicing football. Very interesting when I read about Coach Phillips. Took his team on the road to high schools. This past week, he was at Massillon for the first time they put on pads. He said, you know, we go on the road in the season. Let's go on the road in the spring too and get them used to playing on different places. I'd like to. He stopped at Canton for the Hall of Fame with all the team, George.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good way of bonding, good way of getting your team together. But Mitch Davison, who looks like he's going to be a starting quarterback, said this really felt good, practicing with pads and some hitting going on. You know, we don't see that too often anymore, George.
No.
That doesn't happen too often. No. They don't hit
They've
hard.
outlawed the Oklahoma drill, haven't
Yeah.
they? You know what? The only thing, and we've talked about it since we've been on here, they could be real good and finish 5th.
Easily.
That's the problem with
Easily.
that league. I'm not just saying that. They could be really tough. You got
I think it happens all the
North
time.
Dakota, South Dakota State, Northern Iowa. I mean, then there are a couple of the have-nots like Southern. When we first started here, Southern Illinois was no good.
And Missouri State wasn't any
Missouri
good.
State.
Yeah. Pauline left Missouri State, though. I mean, the guy was
Petrino. He went
Petrino,
someone's OC.
Yeah, he went somewhere.
He must definitely
A&M.
know.
That's
oh,
what
he must definitely
A&M.
know. Jimbo, I'll tell you what, those guys aren't getting much of a bang for their buck at A&M, are they? They gave old Jimbo. They threw more money at him.
Oh, that's funny.
But he's finding out.
Bang for the buck? That's where we're next, George. You let me right in.
Yeah.
Jarrett Calhoun gets a new contract at YSU through the 2026-27 season. Excited for him and his family. They really like the Youngstown area.
Yeah.
Have 3 winning seasons in a row, which is pretty darn good at YSU, no question about it. Overall, I thought it was interesting. I didn't realize what his record was. It's 72-86. Most of the time, at other places, you're 72-86. You don't get renewed. But that's how excited they are for 3 winning seasons.
Yeah.
At YSU.
And the back half has been a little better than the front half, too,
Right.
to be honest.
Yeah, 3 winning seasons in a row, no question.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So
Absolutely.
congratulations to Coach Calhoun and his family for that. We also have some Phantom news. We haven't talked about the Phantoms in a while. They're challenging for first place, right behind Chicago, and they've won 7 of their last 9, playing great hockey. You want to bang for your buck? Go see the Phantoms.
Now there, if you want talent per dollar,
Yes. Yeah.
there's no place like that, because this is outstanding hockey, and you can still get in there without an arm and a leg.
In the future, you'll be able to say, I watched him play.
watched
Because they make the
him.
NHL.
No.
There's always 2 or 3
They
from
get
that
them
league all the
drafted.
time, and
No.
a couple from the Guardians that make the league, no
No,
question about it.
absolutely, that's a good point, because some of these places you just can't. Like, I talked to my buddy there, he lives down in D.C. Took his 2 girls to a basketball
So crazy.
game, and it cost them just south of $1,000.
Yeah, you have to have plans for parking.
Oh.
You have to have plans for the tickets. You have to have plans for concession when you get in there. Plans for gas to put in the drive. By the time you're done, if you have a
He
family,
had 3
George,
decent seats.
if you're a family,
Yeah, he said
you're
that.
paying $1,000.
He said he had 3. Then, too, by the second quarter, the girls want to go home.
Oh, that's even worse.
That's even worse.
That's even worse.
Baseball's tried to remedy that.
They're being successful.
Hey, we're going to talk about that.
They're being
I want to
successful.
mention, I was listening to the radio on the way in. This lady said, I had to tape the game. We had a family outing or whatever function. And she said, I decided I'd tape. So I watched the game. She said, I figured I'd flip on the last 3 innings of the Sunday Night Baseball. It was over.
Yeah.
It was over.
It's different, huh?
It is.
It
You
is
like
dangerous.
it. I mean,
Well, it doesn't bother me
I
either
was just
way.
say, I got to say, I'm going to say it again. I know I'm in the minority. When I went to a game, the last thing on my mind was, when are we leaving?
Yes.
But I
And
guess
we're the same way. My wife and I go to
Yeah.
games all the time.
You're there for the night.
Never even think about it. We just enjoy the night.
No.
We won't. But also, we'll make the point. We don't go in cold weather. It's cold. I'm not going. It has to be nice weather. That's
No,
the only
I said-
that's the only restriction
I
I
was with
have.
the Slippery Rock coach the other day. I said, hey, I really like you guys a lot. I said, but I have to draw the line at 31 degrees.
Yes.
They played a doubleheader last Saturday.
How many innings?
Well, the one game went 28. Now, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got to admit, I wouldn't sit in
I'm sorry.
30-degree weather for 20 innings. I got to admit.
No, and I like the guy. And they play decent baseball.
great
It's,
baseball. Yes.
But I can't watch that. I have the under 60 rule, in baseball. I mean, I used to have that rule when I was at Slippery Rock and our football team was loud. I had the 4 touchdown rule. When they were down 4 touchdowns, then I
You're out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it was cold to start with.
Yes.
The falls were way worse back in the day.
Yes.
Falls aren't
Oh,
too
yeah,
bad
falls
now.
are no warmer
but
now.
The springs, they've kind of switched places.
Right.
I don't know what Mother Nature,
It's changed.
She got him a deal with somebody. Said, listen, I'll take care of October, but you're going to give me back March and April.
Yeah.
And we have.
Well,
when
we
we
give it
see
back.
70 in April, it's like,
We're raising
what's
our hands
going
saying
on?
thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the pay, boys. How about this? We have to talk about playing 2 words I never want to hear again: student athlete and program building.
Oh my! Both of them are
They're gone.
Gone. Yeah, both of them are gone. They're never coming. That's the best part. They're never coming back either. Never coming back.
Can we sustain this?
George.
I'm asking you, what did the guy from Miami that gave Larinaga $2 million, which basically...
No, he got what he wanted. He got to the Final Four.
What
That's
did he get?
I don't know that. I don't know him personally. But that's what he wanted.
But I'm saying, you don't think he wanted more business?
No,
or?
he has so much money. I think they have so much money. They just want it.
Yeah.
They love their university.
Yeah,
So-
see,
so-
that might be something I can't...
Yeah, you can't comprehend
No,
that.
like I
got
see it-
4 friends
Yeah.
that give every year $5,000 to Penn State.
Oh,
they don't have $5,000. They don't have. You think they have $5,000?
No, you're making my head
No.
hurt. There's all these poor
George,
people.
they don't have $5,000.
Tell them to give it to your church
No,
next time.
they don't have five. But this is not billionaires. This is a
know.
guy who makes
Yeah.
$5,000 a year.
Now, you want to give it to the church, I'm okay.
He gets $5,000.
I can't give it to the
They give-
Nittany Lions.
No, and they live
I know.
and die.
See, that's what it is. I can't. I played there and can't
You don't
fathom.
want to think about it.
No, I look at the score and say, oh, they won. And I
It's the same thing
go
with
about my business.
But you're the antithesis. You don't have a favorite
Pro team.
Pro team either.
No.
So you can't imagine somebody
No.
playing
No.
their whole weekend about
No.
1 o'clock.
No. If I put $10 on Allmendinger, I root for him. If I put $10 on Homa, I root for him.
Yeah, but I'm saying
I get it.
They wait all year for the Daytona 500. Like that is like.
I know. I get it.
Yeah, and those billionaires. Now remember, they're millionaires. They're bragging to somebody right now. You know why Miami won? I gave them the money.
I watched that, and the one guy was going to leave if they didn't match what the
Yes.
other guy getting. I mean, they've created a hornet's nest there. If they could, like the guy at Ohio State said, I need $13 million to
He's
keep
gonna
it
get
going.
But he's going to get it. Do you think the Ohio State fans,
You know.
they're saying, we'll give whatever what do you want?
Honest to God, I look at that. And
They're
just
nuts,
say,
huh?
No,
They're nuts.
no, I can't. I mean, with all the good you could do,
With the money, right?
you know, whether
That'd
veterans,
be a lot better than that. Yes,
homeless.
a lot better.
church,
Whatever.
When you guys give every year what you do around
Yes.
Thanksgiving and Christmas,
Want to put some
could
money
do
there,
10
right?
more of them. All right, let's talk about these semis. Talk about this San Diego State. You're talking about living on the edge. I thought Florida Atlantic had it. I was just about ready to figure, well, they got it, and all of a sudden it comes down. Hey, by the way, you and I need to talk being coaches. We haven't spoken since it. The no timeout. Your thoughts on it? I know I like it. I know you.
Well, in that
I
situation,
think-
there's no question because they had already had a timeout.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I
So-
know he had to say, listen.
Okay.
And he did.
Yeah.
He said this was going to happen.
Get the ball to-
We're going to get him. We're going to get him. Whoever gets it, go downhill.
Downhill.
That's all he said.
Okay.
Whoever gets it,
Wait.
go to the back.
Let me-
The worst thing we hate is they pull up
Yeah.
and shoot a three with 7 seconds
Wait a
left.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait, you're making my
They
head
do it all
hurt.
the time.
Last night, Golden State down 2 with the last second.
Shoot a three.
Thompson pulls up about.
What did it
30.
say?
And he didn't even try
What did
to
I
get to the
say?
back. And it wasn't like, some nights he'll have 8 in a row.
So everybody's watching that and thinking, well, that's what we're supposed to do.
No.
Not supposed to.
Okay, also.
Everybody moves out of the way normally.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to foul. They're
I
normally
get that
fouling.
part.
Yeah, you know.
But this kid, let me say this. I understand playing it out, the floor is
He didn't know
spread.
that.
And
He didn't know.
That guy was covered.
Oh, yeah, he didn't know.
Man, he
I thought
crossed
he was
him
no
over.
time left.
No, he crossed him over and barely got
I didn't
it
think he had
off.
enough time left. I said to somebody watching, did you see if there was, he said, I think there was time.
Yeah,
And they put it on
0.7,
yeah.
something like that. There was
Yeah.
no time.
But I wouldn't have called timeout either.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
right.
I wouldn't-
I said, here was my thought. No time called, no time needed. Now, my general rule, because if you were to ask me,
Right.
I'd say if I had a good point guard, I'd play it out. I've had a couple robots over the years.
Gotcha.
I would have called timeout.
And most of those guys can play off the
No,
dribble.
they can't.
Yeah, most of them can play off
those
the dribble.
days.
Yeah.
Now, UConn. I've been watching a long time. By the way, there have been 5 games with a spot this large. We're taping tonight of the game, people. There have been 5 games that large. The favorites covered them all.
I think the favorites cover it too.
Okay, that's what I just.
Yeah,
wanted- I thought I would.
They were
just-
like Michigan State. This team reminds me so
It's
much
just that year.
of 1979.
Okay.
They're just better than everybody they're playing.
Now, winning them all by double figures. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, doesn't surprise. And it's been and they've got lucky. They played some easy games. And
Yeah,
they've
oh,
come,
yeah.
They haven't had to face. They had to haven't faced.
There
right
you
down
and
the
I
line.
are. We laugh. We just took a shot. We could have been in this
Creighton
thing
could have been
tonight
there.
with Creighton
Well, no,
easy.
easily.
A 1 point
It's how
loss
lucky it
twice.
is. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like we would have needed a divine intervention.
No.
No,
1 point game.
No. Will this game be competitive? We're laying it out there because they'll see this.
I'm going to
out.
say no. I'm going to say I don't think
Is that
so.
10 to 15? Or?
Yeah, I think it's the same way. San Diego State's struggling with Florida International. I don't know how Alabama shot 3 for 19. That's their chance.
Yeah.
Then if Connecticut goes 3
They,
for 20.
they do guard.
The Connecticut, they guard the best they can, but you can see they can't guard somebody that's good though.
No, those
Yeah,
guys.
it's guarding is they play the right way though, George.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
can't guard these great players. I mean, they hit shots from 23 feet regularly.
Guy said this to me once, something about you had all the answers. That's the way I look at Connecticut. Seems
They
like
do.
whenever they bring the backup center, and
He's better.
Then they put the guy in, he's not, and he hits 2 threes.
Yes.
And then, see these talking heads.
What do they say
This
now?
is why my head hurts all the time. They get this dope on her. He goes, well, of course, he said he's confident they play loose. Kid shot 17 in 38 games. Now that surely is not shooting it.
No.
Why would you say something that stupid?
It is. He does.
Hey, now let me ask you, 5th title in 23 years.
Oh, yeah.
The D word?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no
I think you
question.
do.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Dynasty for
yeah,
sure.
they are, yeah. You don't get 5 titles out like that. 3 different
You know
coaches,
what
too.
I think about?
3 different coaches.
Yeah, Kevin Ollie snuck that one in
Yes.
there before he got all the NCAA's money.
3 different
How about
coaches.
he got it, won it, sued him, and won? Now he runs that high school.
He came out way
league.
ahead, didn't he?
Wait, oh, Kevin, he said, hey, let me ask you. You don't think of him like Duke, though, do you?
No, I don't. No,
How
I
come?
don't. I don't know.
I don't either.
I wouldn't think. I don't just don't. I just don't think I'm that
Who?
way.
Who?
Because I think the years they're not there, they're not in the Final Four. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
they've been bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they've had
Or
a
Duke,
9-year.
Duke when they're bad is still
Okay.
pretty darn good.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting last night and I was thinking, you know, I don't think of them. But 5
I don't
since
either.
2000.
That's pretty darn good.
My Lord. Now, Danny Hurley, we know the royalty, the nepotism, etc. But he's always been in the shadow.
Yeah, I saw.
Did he have like a nervous breakdown or
yeah,
something?
he's had struggles. Yeah, he has.
Okay.
I saw an article in the Atlantic that I can't.
I
get
read
to.
it too, but you have to
Can
pay
you read
for
it?
the.
So I can't see it.
Yeah,
No, you have
I
to pay
read
for
part
it.
of it. Very interesting.
can't see. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
When he was there, he got the local writers together and called them into this restaurant and basically said, I'm done with basketball. Said, I can't do it anymore. There's a little bit of pressure in that family, but he was
To
always.
succeed. Yeah, it is.
But no
Yeah.
longer as a coach now.
No. He's
Oh,
gonna
I found out too last night. Pitt wanted him. He wanted Pitt.
Wow.
But he wanted more years. Pitt wouldn't give
He wouldn't
him
give
more
the
years.
Okay.
So now we just discussed
Well,
giving him years.
He would have never been known as. If he went to Pitt, they would know who he was.
Not like he's doing
They would
now.
know who he was.
Hey, let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about that. You and I, we talked the other day after the radio show. No more building,
It's proven.
portals, everything. How do you judge? How do we judge in coaches? Like we get to coach the women there at LSU, but she brought 9 girls in. I don't want to take from
That's
her.
the bottom line, though. That's the bottom line.
How do I assess it?
That's why I assess it now. Who can get the players?
But how do you suppose they're getting them?
By money. Oh yeah, no question. But they're still getting them.
And they're legal.
Yeah, it's legal. It's gonna
They're
be.
not doing anything wrong.
No, the bottom line is getting the players now. If you get the players, you can win. That's the way. That's the way it works. San Diego State. I mean, they can play. I mean, but nobody like Mulkey from however you say her name from.
You know, okay, you know.
From LSU.
No.
9 different players. And then you just open up this talk on. There's no more program. It's not a program builder anymore. Not even a chance. We
Recharge.
got 3 local teams.
Recharge,
YSU,
refuel.
Pitt, and Duquesne.
Recharge.
All 3 coaches needed to win. And they said, "Wait a minute, I'm not going to bring any high school kids.
The high school's gone.
They're gone. High school's out."
I heard Bruce Pearl the
Yes.
other day. He said, wait a minute. Why would I bring a guy in if I don't know he can play or not? I'm going to work with him solid for a year, put 15, and he's going to leave. Why would I do
Everybody
that?
has that same idea.
Why wouldn't I just take a guy who I've seen? Remember our old thing when we'd have a good player in the area and we would say, he has to play AAU. The riffraff doesn't.
Right.
But he has to because he's 6'7", and the biggest guy he plays against all year is 6'4".
Yeah, especially the big
we don't
guys.
know if he's any good or not.
Yeah, especially the big guys. Or AAU is important for you. I'm talking about elite AAU.
Yeah.
Because you're 6'9",
Yeah.
has to go against another 6'9".
Yeah.
You can't play against a 6'3" kid. How can we tell if you're any good if you're just tomahawking over top him?
I always think back to the time you and I were giving a lesson at Canton Hoover. We were talking to Todd Blackledge, and he said, you know, I was going to be a basketball player until I went to 5-star and Ralph Sampson.
Blocked every one of his shots.
He said, I knew right then I was going to play football.
Yeah, he was a center.
Yeah.
He was a 6'5" center. He thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, well, but he was.
You know he was.
No, but
Ralph
this
took care
thing
of that.
is so different. I'm going to take a step further, though. Does it go into extending coaches? They don't need 5 years anymore, right?
Wonder what they're going to say.
How's that going to work?
I know. Everything's so out there. You know, I call myself a dinosaur. I know I am. But I also call myself, somebody who looks at this and say, I wouldn't last 3 seconds.
Well, you can't.
Mulkey did. Mulkey did something that I can't.
Al, don't yell at him. He'll leave.
No, Mulkey did this. She did the unheard of when she was at Baylor and she had 2 outstanding guards, along with Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
2 unbelievable guards, and this guard wasn't acting right. She threw up and said, I don't like you, I don't want you. Last night, she was a starting guard for her at LSU. 4 years later, because she did not have a point guard at LSU, she brought her back from Rutgers or A&M.
Yeah.
Can you see yourself as a sophomore saying, hey, Joe, you can't play for me.
Because if he's tortured you enough that
No,
you're getting
that's
rid
what I'm
of him,
saying.
it's not one thing.
Yeah, and 2 years later, because you don't have a point guard, you say, hey, Joe,
Please.
want to come back out, Joe? She did it.
No.
She took a kid she threw off and hated and brought her back to win a championship.
Yeah.
I can't grasp that.
No, I know. I know. It's that win at all costs
Yeah.
thing.
Well, that's not changing. The money's so big.
Hey, and by the way,
money's so
I
big.
don't want to get into the game in detail. I know we've gone over this. I sent you a nice article today to see. But I will say this idea, that she can't be on the floor when the game's going on.
She's on the floor the whole game.
She grabbed the ref one time, and
I watched the whole game.
she almost ran over another.
And I can't say much because I was kind of nuts myself, but she's overboard. She is.
No, you weren't
She's
on
overboard.
the floor.
No, she's overboard.
You're not allowed on the floor.
I wasn't off the bench because we weren't allowed on the bench.
Yeah, we had it easy.
Yeah.
You weren't allowed on the bench.
But she's on the floor all the time.
She was on the floor.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I don't want
I know the other coach have to hate her.
to be gender biased, but those refs were awful.
I'll be gender biased.
They were awful.
There were 3 women. I'm expecting them to know the women's game.
Yeah.
They had no idea. They fouled out every best player.
Yeah.
Then they called a technical foul for a girl flipping the ball.
Yeah, I replayed
You can't
that.
do it.
I replayed that.
You should have.
Nothing.
No. If she threw the ball length of the
You
floor.
say, hey, Caitlin, no more.
Yeah, don't flip. She flipped the ball like this and went 9 feet.
Yeah, well,
it didn't go crazy.
No. Let's talk MLB because it's the new and improved MLB, not your grandpap's MLB where I'm going to go get a beer and come back and the same guy's up.
Yeah, I laugh at the announcers because the announcers have said they can't tell any stories anymore.
Can't get the ads.
There's no stories.
Well, thank God. Maybe they'll actually talk about baseball instead of the time when he was.
See, I like the stories.
Yeah.
See, I'm a story guy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, that's why you like the game.
There's no story. I like slow.
Yeah.
I like when they say, hey, you don't have to fly ball. I remember when Clemente caught a ball. They can't tell the stories anymore. They're gone.
Pitch clock. Batters have to stand
Bang,
in there.
bang. Yeah, oh, yeah,
I've
it's
seen a
gone.
couple called balls, a couple called strikes. I've seen it all.
How about the guy, they did a foul ball and the runner on second didn't hurry back to first? They called a strike on the batter. The strike on the batter said, wait a minute, I didn't do it. Hey, your guy out there didn't get back to the base fast enough.
Absolutely. Now, I don't know what I expected, but of course I didn't know. I thought we were going to get these big clown bases like that guy, that Max Packin that used to come on. No, they're a little bit. I mean, they're bigger.
Yeah. No, you can't tell. We can't tell.
From the outfield.
Yeah, we can't tell. They can tell in there. You can tell how much they're running.
Let me say one thing. There's only been 3 games. Means nothing. Looks like the Pirates to me.
Yeah, you don't know. We can't know yet. 3 games. No.
2 guys on, nobody out. I'm thinking, could we just move them up?
No, they're not moving anyway.
They're not
That's
moving
all
them.
30 teams. There's nobody moving them.
Moving them up.
No, nobody.
Now, the good thing, if you like it, in the old days, remember the All-Star game was a big deal. I'm going to see Brooks Robinson.
Right.
Everyone's playing everybody now. This helps the National League, American League East because their division is so strong. It has to help them a little bit, does it not?
Yeah, it does. It's not too many games. Not as many games as I thought it was, though.
No.
You know what I mean? It's like 2 or 3 games. It's
No,
not
they're
like
just
it's 20.
playing. No, they're just hitting them all.
Just a little less, yes.
Will be better for the teams in the ultra-competitive leagues. Probably. Where's Pittsburgh at? The Red Sox. Remember the time we went to the Red Sox game down in Pittsburgh? That was.
But these were the games they were supposed to win. You understand?
No,
Cincinnati and Boston both of them are picked last in their league.
The Reds scary. Reds.
No, the Reds and Red Sox are both picked last.
Yeah.
And both of them.
And what hurts is they beat their best pitcher.
Already 1 and 2.
It's one game, but still they beat their best pitcher. Yep. Now let me ask you.
But the Guardians got a good schedule. Got off.
Well,
at Seattle too.
I have
3
no.
and 1. Yeah, they got off to a good start.
About the Guardians being good.
They got off to a good start. Yep.
No, I'm not even thinking twice. They had to pay one of their stars last week, and they ponied up. That's what they're different than Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they weren't before, and all of a sudden they've done 2 years in a row now.
Now let's talk about this for a minute. This is mind-boggling to me. Team spending $300 million. I didn't say 30. You had a team in the league spending mid-20s.
Yeah,
it's not the same game.
We have not changed that talk for 20 years. It's just not. It's not fair. They could tell me it is.
Yeah, no.
And one might stink in every 10 years.
Yeah.
But the best.
You make the best point.
But the best teams are going to win it.
And you made the best point. They're not winning at all.
They don't win at all, though. That's for sure. They sneak in, but they don't win it.
Is it me? or there are a lot of injuries early.
Oh my God!
What do they do? In the
I don't
old days, they
understand it.
drank beer, they smoked cigarettes, and they played.
I don't understand
Now
it.
these guys are getting
Are they too muscular?
MRIs, CP
Are
valves.
they too muscular?
I don't know.
I mean, they're
It's
pulling
such
muscles
a thing.
in this area. They pull
Yeah.
the oblique. They call it oblique.
Oblique.
They got more oblique injuries than I've ever seen in my life.
Are they now?
They should be fat like Mickey Lawrence. You never had to worry about it.
No, smoking and Lenny Dawson with a butt in his hand and a Fresca. That's the best football.
And he played
pick.
every game.
Never missed. I don't get it. It does. Now, they have the best equipment. We know.
They have everything.
Best trainers.
Best.
Food.
Best.
Everything.
Yep.
They're
And it hurt all
always
the
hurt.
time.
Also, too, you said this to me the other day. Al and I were talking. Pirates got a win opening day. Used about 1,100 pitchers. And Al says, you know.
3 games in a row.
Al says, he said, come July, they're not going to be anybody out there.
Yeah, what happens is
They're going to go like this.
every
every
team
No.
every team does it.
Yeah.
Okay, but the teams that are going to be in the running,
Yeah.
they'll go out and pick up. They'll trade for 2 more relievers.
Yeah.
Pirates aren't going to do that. So the
No.
Pirates. So that means they're pitchers by the end of the year.
Yeah.
They're
They'll be in slings.
They'll be saying, well, I know they're going to be hurt. They pitch every day.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. And the nature of the game, going 4 or 5 innings.
That's all you go. George,
Yeah.
that's all you go.
I saw someone.
John
with-
McKay tries to tell. He's a big Yankee fan. He tries to tell me they go. I said no, they don't. Even Cole opening day, he's out after 6 or 7.
Yeah.
He's the max he's going to go.
And
not-
he's the max guy,
Yes,
too. He's a-
exactly.
No, NBA, 1 week left till the what did Morris say? Playoffs. Here's all I know. I watched that big dope Cuban on Shark Tank just intimidating those women and bull rushing over those other guys. He's not bull rushing anybody. He's in 11th place and they only take 10. How'd that Kyrie thing work?
Yeah,
But we sat here and said
yeah. Well, there was no chance for that to work.
No chance.
In high school, it doesn't work when you have 2 players fighting over the ball.
No.
They need the ball. See, neither one of them can play. George, 0.
And we said that.
Neither one
No,
can
wait
play
a
over the
minute.
ball.
Now, wait a minute. He's got billions.
Yes.
And you and I coached high school, and we both said you can't have 2 ball-dominant guards.
Yeah, you can't. There's no chance.
Why didn't he know that?
Yeah. You can have a forward and a guard, but you cannot have 2 guards.
No.
They need the ball.
No.
Yeah, no question.
No, absolutely. I turned the game on.
That's Dallas. They're not going to make the playoffs.
No, they're 11th. They take 10.
Right.
And that's just a 1-game 10-9, and you have to play the winner 7-8, loser 7-8.
Right.
Hey, I got one. I turned it on last night, NBA channel only. Okay, I said, good. I'm going to watch a ball game. Boy, good one. Golden State has to win versus Denver.
And he always plays, doesn't he?
That's the worst
That's
part.
the part,
He-
yeah.
I go over and
Yeah, joke he wasn't in
he's
lineup.
dressed up. And they won anyway, so I can't say a word.
Yeah, but he,
No.
but he normally plays.
No, he
Isn't he a
plays.
guy who plays the most
No,
time?
he
No.
doesn't.
We
No.
can't call him out.
No.
'Cause
We
he
can
normally
call
doesn't.
out Embiid.
Yeah, yeah.
It's between Embiid and him, and what has happened, this he can't win again thing has permeated it, and Embiid's going to win.
I think Embiid's going to win too.
And I know right now
You like Jokic better though, right?
makes the others
Okay,
better.
okay.
That's fine. I have to go down to, the rebound, score. You get down to about the 5th criterion, and you look and you say, he makes the other guys better,
Okay.
and Embiid doesn't. So that's it. Now, NFL, most of the free agent signings are done and all. Rodgers is still playing. He'll come on McAfee
He's
onto. He can't.
He's still
help
out there
it.
now?
He is a prima donna.
He's still out
He
there.
is not.
Well, just-
he says it's them. They say he's ghosting them. Which would you? I guarantee he won't take their calls. Guarantee.
I'm against Rodgers, whatever he
Yeah,
says.
I agree.
I can't trust him.
Yeah,
You know how that
yeah.
wolf
Yeah.
thing with
No.
your little kid?
Yeah, he
It's
cried
him.
wolf
Too many times.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's him. It's him
like
all the
you
way.
cry wolf so many times.
Yes.
And the bottom line
I don't
is
wanna hear
that's
him.
true. That's it. 3 weeks to the draft. You know who had a humongous pro day? Abracadabra.
Your boy-
Izzy. That's my guy.
They don't care about running backs.
I
Now, if he
know.
played defensive
He'll
back
be in the
or,
6th
you know what I mean?
round.
He'll be a 6th round
Yes.
pick. Yep. Yeah,
Absolutely.
But he's good.
Oh, no.
Yep. He is
But
good.
here's the best thing. I knew when they're going to make more flex games. Now you can play 2 Thursdays.
2.
Now, this is the league that cares about safety. If I didn't,
So we got student athlete they're lying about.
Yeah.
And now they're talking about safety. They know
Yeah.
they're lying about
They
safety.
know they're
If they can make
lying.
money,
They know
they'll make
they're
a play.
lying.
They'll play 4 games a week if they could.
right, absolutely. No, it's amazing. And we talked about the women's game. Mulkey brings in
Well, that
9
Clark is
players.
sensational.
No, there's no.
Sensational.
No, there's no. But she brought this on herself. She started it.
She started it.
She started.
She did
By the
start
way,
that.
that's WWE stuff. We had to get tabs on and talk about that. Spring games, what are they looking for? Depth?
Yeah, every year we tell them the great teams are looking for defensive line depth. If they have 4,
Yep.
they want 8.